Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's New Year's Eve.
Yes, it is.
Monday, the 31st day of December, National Champagne Day, Make Up Your Mind Day, New Year's Eve, No Interruptions Day, Last Work Day of the Year, Universal Hour of Peace, and Leap Second Time Adjustment Day.
Whole lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, so this is the day that you adjust your clocks by 1 second, because if you don't, you're going to be way off. I don't think I've ever had a clock close enough to worry about whether it was a second off. I had one that was off by an hour and a half.
I
was
drive
like,
myself
"How in the
crazy
world?"
trying to get the microwave and the oven to be at the exact same time, and it just...
I used to care about that.
Impossible.
I just don't anymore. Just don't care. Today, our last quote. We're going to do away with this for 2019. Unless you dream, you're not going to achieve anything. Richard Branson. That's the perfect quote to end. That's a good note to end on right there. Mm-hmm. You have a great Movie Star Monday for today as well. John Schneider from the Dukes of Hazzard. Just a good old boy. And, you know, he's a singer as well. We're going to talk about a Christmas movie that he recently did, talk about his music career, and much more. That's all on the way for this Movie Star Monday.
Want a good laugh to start every day? We do, and you can too. Be sure to follow WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com on Facebook. Every morning we send out our Weird Gift of the Day. You don't even have to buy anything. You can just follow our page and laugh at the bizarre real gift items we find and share every morning. And maybe you can share them with your friends who have a good sense of humor too. We have a link to make it easy to find us at WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Heidi, tell me. The Orchard, South Haiti, Massachusetts. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? The Orchard.
I'm hoping it's a rehab center because it's a pretty lame name for a golf course.
It's a golf course. Can you imagine golfing in an orchard?
Yeah.
Sure would be nice if all these trees were gone. I can't imagine. Hopefully they don't have that many trees. It'd be kind of hard to golf in. This has been Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com.
Cable and dish companies keep jacking up their rates. Join the cable cutting revolution with ChannelSurferTV.com. Watch TV with no monthly fee. Our DVR lets you record shows and pause live TV with no monthly fee. Want to stream movies? We have a device for that too. It works with Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, YouTube, and many other streaming platforms, so you can cut the cable and save a ton of money every month. Learn more at ChannelSurferTV.com. That's ChannelSurferTV.com.
And this is your brain on drugs. According to court filings, an Iowa woman who left her 3 small children home alone was arrested on endangerment charges. Somebody called 911, a little girl did, to report that her mom and dad left and she needed help watching YouTube. So that's really sad.
That's horrible.
23-year-old Natalie, it's probably Natalie. Anyway, Natalie Call left the children ages 5 and 3 and 1. So 5 is the oldest one.
Wow.
Left them home alone at 10 p.m., Police were dispatched to the residence because of the call. Then they were there with the kids for about 40 minutes, and the lady shows back up at home, and she was arrested on misdemeanor child endangerment, also possession of drug paraphernalia.
Yeah, shocker.
They found a glass pipe with marijuana residue in the home. So just a bad idea. That's not something you do. If you don't have someone to watch the kids, you just don't go out.
That's right.
I don't know where she was going or what she was doing, but you don't do that. You don't leave little kids at home alone. That's a very bad idea.
Who knows how long they were alone
I
before
know.
they called
at least 40
the
minutes.
Police.
Well, that's what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Paris Hilton says she's not giving back the $2 million engagement ring she got from her ex-fiance, Chris Zilka. So, she says,
I wouldn't either.
You don't well, it depends on who broke off the engagement. If he
Right.
did, she should give that ring back. Or if she did,
If
rather.
she did, yeah.
But if he did, then it's a whole different story.
Yeah,
So I don't know
exactly.
exactly how it went down, but this is Paris Hilton. $2 million is nothing to her. I mean, just give him the money then. If you like the ring, say, I'll just pay you for it.
And if he spent $2 million, it's
probably not,
nothing to him either.
I don't know. That's just a weird story. Bill Cosby is selling off pieces from his art collection. The auction includes several expensive paintings. Are these paintings that he did, or that like a collection that he got of other people's paintings?
Who's this?
Bill Cosby.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think he was. I think he
Was
did
he an artist?
paint a little
Okay,
bit.
Very
Yeah.
cool. He's like, this one's called Sleepy Time. Okay, I'll move on. Actress Betty White says she has no plans to retire. She's only 96. Oh, wow, only 96? By that time, by the way, I do plan to retire. And one last thing, Liam Neeson hinted that he's working on a sequel to the movie Taken. What? How many sequels do we need to that movie?
I think that's pretty well.
I think that's run its
done.
course. I mean, at a certain point, these are not going to be believable anymore. not that the first 6 were, but just saying. Thanks for listening. This has been the Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
Every day, approximately 23 U.S. military veterans take their own lives. Big Paws Canine Foundation is helping to decrease that number, providing service and companion dogs to our disabled veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Partnering a hero with a specifically trained dog significantly reduces the incidence of suicide, and your support makes all the difference. Find out how you can help our American heroes. Join the pack at BigPawsCanine.com.
Now your scoop of the day, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. A survey from Slick Deals found the average shopper spent $520 this year for Black Friday. $520. So did we spend that much? I hope not. I know I didn't. Did
On
you?
Black Friday?
On Black Friday.
No.
Probably not that much?
No.
That was the average. So that means we were under. So who was over? Raise your hand. Yes, you. Okay.
I was probably. I was probably around 400.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you get?
Presents for everybody.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Everybody was opening stuff. That's probably where it came from. A Wisconsin robbery suspect was caught by police after he was swarmed by a group of mosquitoes. So that was the Wisconsin SWAT team right there.
Well, there you go. The SWAT
See what I did
team.
there?
I like that.
Yeah. So he was hiding from the cops, and he was swarmed by a group of mosquitoes and had to give up his location. Also happening in 2018, we talked about this for sure, Natural Light started selling 77 packs to commemorate the founding of their company in 1977, and there were people buying those. So other things that happened this year, Uno and Pinball and the Magic 8 Ball have all been inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame. That's kind of a big deal.
Time ago.
Oh, yeah. And a study found that colleges can reduce stress among students by providing them with therapy dogs.
Jeez.
You know, I like our puppies. We've never called them therapy dogs, but you know what? They should be. Because after a stressful day, I like to snuggle with my puppies. I just wish that they like to snuggle with me.
But you don't need them to get through a typical day. I mean, these kids are in for a rude awakening when they get out into the real world. If employers are going to be expected to coddle them the way these colleges have,
you're kind of probably hurting their chances of a good future when you're doing that.
Well, either that or what.
But they did. All this was a study. They're not saying that we should do this. They're just saying that hey,
ridiculous.
Colleges can reduce the stress among students by providing them with therapy dogs. Now, they shouldn't have to provide the therapy dogs. They should be able to have their own therapy dog. Like I should have my own dog.
Therapy dogs.
But I'm saying, if I want a puppy and I want to snuggle with my puppy,
who's going to be watching your dog when you're doing keg stands?
You had a different college experience than some. Let's move on.
I doubt it. It's not like I was the only one at these parties.
I didn't say then all. I just said then some. A Chinese food delivery man was arrested in New York City after he rode his bicycle through the Lincoln Tunnel. So that is kind of bizarre. Who in the world would be expecting a delivery on the other side by bicycle? So I wonder if he was going home or if he was...
I have no idea.
That's just weird. And then this was an interesting thing that happened in 2018. Dunkin' Donuts partnered with Harp Brewery to make their very own beer. Do you remember that? We talked about that earlier in the year. Okay. Dunkin' Donuts has their very own beer they're working on, because I remember I said, do you think they're going to call it Drunken Donuts?
Oh, yeah. I do remember
The answer is
that.
no, by the way. They're not going to call it that. And one last thing. 2019 is going to be a big year for McDonald's. You know why?
Why?
McDonald's Big Mac turns 50 this year. Or no, it turned 50 in 2018, didn't it? Yeah, it already turned 50.
Okay, I don't know.
I'm confused.
I love Big Macs.
They sent me a bunch of stuff that was kind of like the year-end stuff, things that we've already talked about before. So I wanted to use those since today's the last day of the year, because I don't want to be talking about 2018, next year. Sound like a schmuck. I wanted to use all of this now. So there you go. Big Mac turned 50 this year. So yeah, it would have been in 2018. I bet 2019 is going to be a big year, too, though. So, well, I don't know what. Their fries maybe turn drippy? I have no idea. This has been your Scoop of the Day, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on this New Year's Eve.
At FunkyMonkeyShirts.com, we want to remind you it's never too early to start thinking about Valentine's Day. And what says I love you better than awesome matching fun t-shirts? Get something for your sweetie and for you. We have several his and hers t-shirt designs to choose from at FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. Let the world know how much you love one another. And wear your heart on your sleeve. Well, at least on your shirt. With a little help from FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. That's FunkyMonkeyShirts.com.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. We got a special guest joining us today, John Schneider. I grew up watching you on television, man. The Dukes of Hazzard was one of my favorite TV shows of all time. How are you doing, sir?
Well, of course. You never grew up. Come on, I never grew up. I'm trying to keep from having to do that. We have to get older, but we don't have to grow up.
No, I don't want to grow up. Now, what was it like being a part of that show? We got a lot of fun stuff we're going to talk about, but I got to start there because there's a ton of huge fans of that program. What was it like being a part of something that just turned into a huge overnight sensation like that?
Oh, it was great. We had such a good time. Back in those days, they used to cast chemistry. So when they cast Tom and Kathy and I and Denver and Sonny and Toro, we all got along really, really well. So we worked hard. I mean, we worked 12 hours a day, but still, we enjoyed each other so much that it never really seemed like work. And I think that's one of the reasons why the show, still to this day, all those relationships are so believable because they were real. Loved Denver Pyle so much. He really was my Uncle Jesse, and got me through a lot of, shall we say, tough times out in Los Angeles when I was 18, 19, 20, well, 18 through 25. So it was a great time. And plus, if I wrecked a car, somebody gave me another one.
And they went through quite a few of those, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. We had, I've done the math on it. We wrecked at least 2 General Lees every show. Did 158 shows, and then there's a little bit of a margin for error. So I'd say that the fairly accurate number is 329 General Lees we had.
Wow. That is amazing. And again, there's a ton of fans out there, but I want to make sure we talk about some other fun things that you're working on right now. Just finished up with Poinsettias for Christmas, a Christmas film. That looks like a fantastic movie. Tell me a little bit about the movie.
That was great. It's been airing on Lifetime, and people are loving it. I've been so busy doing my tour, music tour, I haven't had a chance to see that movie yet. But we shot that up in Vancouver, British Columbia in July, which it always seems like you film the Christmas movies in July for some reason. But it's great. It was a lot of fun. It's a feel-good movie. And I am told that it is many people, their brand-new favorite Christmas movie of all time. Right up there with Christmas Comes to Willow Creek.
That's awesome.
Which is the movie that Tom Wopat and I did quite a number of years ago on CBS.
And then you mentioned you're traveling with music, and I think that's really cool because I remember back in the 80s, a fan of your music back then. You've got a Christmas album that just came out, and there's a song on there that people are really loving. I'm going to have you say the name of it because when I say it, I sound funny saying it. What's the name of the new song?
Folks, it's a song about the inevitable question that Joseph must have had when Mary came home with child. And he knew that he was not involved. So the question and the name of the song is Who Da Baby Daddy?
Who Da Baby Daddy? It just sounds funny coming out of me for some reason.
It's kind of a funny, yeah.
I love it, though. It's awesome.
More phobic to really get it, I guess.
No, that's really, really cool. Now, this song has been trending, and you're getting a lot of airplay. People are pretty darn excited about that. That's got to feel really good as well, having a song that you put out. How long did it take to put the song together? And did you write the song or just record it?
No, I just recorded it. The gentleman that wrote its name is Tony Hazelden, and Tony has passed away. So sadly, Tony is not. This is not a very new song. The song has been sitting on a shelf, and what I was told by the publisher is they'd heard some of my new Odyssey project. They said, we hear what kind of music you're doing, and you're probably the only person who would have the nerve to cut this song. And they played me Who Da Baby Daddy, which I thought was just hysterical and so smart, so smartly written. Kind of like, I don't know how old you are, but it's kind of like Schoolhouse Rock.
Oh, yeah.
With kind of an odd sense of humor to it. because it asks the question, who the baby daddy, and then in the bridge it answers the question, and it's pretty cool. But when I heard this song, I just thought, I'm going to combine the humor and intellect of this song with the groove of Jerry Reed and put something out there that I think should maybe make people not take themselves so seriously for Christmas. And, because nowadays it seems like everybody's just, not everybody, but it seems like a lot of people are just waiting to be offended.
Oh, yeah.
Like they feel like they haven't made it through a full day unless they've been grossly offended by some travesty somewhere. Come on. It's like, lighten up, people. And I think Who the Baby Daddy is a perfect example of a song that will make a lot of people smile. I'm sure there are some people out there. I had somebody on my Facebook last night just talking about how awful they thought this song was and how dare I and all that kind of stuff. But, there's going to be one or two of those people in every crowd.
Yeah, no matter what you do, there's going to be somebody that'll find a way to be offended these days. I think that's really sad.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you were talking earlier, you could just say the color blue and somebody's going to get offended by it. Oh, right? So I prefer to smile. I prefer to laugh. So as for me and mine, I'm choosing laughter, and I can't find a better way to make people laugh and make people smile, especially for the holidays, than to have recorded this song. So give a listen to this song, everybody who's listening. Listen to Who the Baby Daddy. If you like it, please, please, pretty please, get a hold of the CD or download the song or the whole album. The whole album is pretty cool. Merry Christmas, Baby is a B.B. King song. I live in Louisiana, so there's a whole lot of the French Quarter and a whole lot of New Orleans that rubbed off on this Christmas record. It's not your normal traditional Christmas album by any means. So get a hold of Who the Baby Daddy on the Merry Christmas, Baby record, and I think you will have a new favorite Christmas record.
And we are going to make it easy to find. We'll throw a link in our show notes to find the album online, so we'll make it really, really simple. We'll do that in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Oh, I think that's fantastic. I appreciate it very much.
Well, thank you so much for taking some time to visit with us, John. Again, everything I know about driving, I learned from you watching Dukes of Hazzard, so thank you. That also explains how I ruin 2 cars every day. So I haven't really done that, but
I did.
My brother and I did do a Dukes of Hazzard jump. We didn't ruin the car, but we found a raised railroad track out in the country it was quite a steep incline, and we backed up for about 2 miles, and we got the car going as fast as we could, and we hit that thing, and we flew through the air, and it was a lot of fun. And we had a little.
How was your landing?
It was good. It was actually pretty good. I will give it maybe a 5 out of 10. We didn't go in the ditch, but it was quite a landing.
What kind of car were you?
Maybe I shouldn't admit this, but it was a loaner car. My car was in getting fixed, and they gave me this loaner that was a little Toyota that, like, when you sat in it, the thing bounced around. So that's why we had to go about 2 miles to get up the speed. But and we were going through. It didn't have a CD player or anything in it, so we couldn't play the theme song. But I can tell you, the theme song to the Dukes of Hazzard was playing in my head when we hit those railroad tracks.
I'm sure you were singing it. Oh, that's great.
It was fun.
That's great. We'll never lose that little person.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to visit with us. John, have a wonderful day. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you very, very much. You take care of yourself.
Absolutely. Again, John Schneider right there. Growing up, watched him on Dukes of Hazzard all the darn time. Who to Baby Daddy. It's off his new album, Merry Christmas, Baby. We're going to make it easy to find all of that in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com.
Cable and dish companies keep jacking up their rates. Join the cable cutting revolution with ChannelSurferTV.com. Watch TV with no monthly fee. Our DVR lets you record shows and pause live TV with no monthly fee. Want to stream movies? We have a device for that too. It works with Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, YouTube, and many other streaming platforms, so you can cut the cable and save a ton of money every month. Learn more at ChannelSurferTV.com. That's ChannelSurferTV.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
They have musical roads in some places. Did you know that?
I did know that.
There's
and I
a
think
highway.
That's really kind of cool.
Yeah, in Lancaster, California,
I think
or
it's
Lancaster.
a waste of money, but I think it's kind of cool.
It plays the William Tell Overture Other people know that as the theme from the Lone Ranger. But you need to be going the speed limit for that to work. So it says if you go over, if you drive over it at 55 miles per hour, which was the speed limit when that was put in, then the road will play that tune. So it encourages people to drive the speed limit. Would you drive the speed limit always if you got a little treat like music from your tires?
No, especially if you have to ride that road every day, and if you speed up a little bit, you don't have to hear it again and again.
Why were you going 200 miles an hour? Because my car only goes that fast. If I could have gone faster, I would have. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.
At FunkyMonkeyShirts.com, we want to remind you it's never too early to start thinking about Valentine's Day. And what says, I love you, better than awesome, matching fun t-shirts? Get something for your sweetie and for you. We have several his and hers t-shirt designs to choose from at FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. Let the world know how much you love one another. And wear your heart on your sleeve. Well, at least on your shirt. With a little help from FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. That's FunkyMonkeyShirts.com.
Time now for the grandiloquent word of the day, and this may be our last grandiloquent word. We're going to have words every day, but they've been giving me a lot of the same ones. So I got another source that has a lot of new ones, so we're going to kind of switch it up. We're still going to have the word of the day because we've threatened to get rid of this, and I've gotten so many messages from people who do like it, which Heidi does not. But here's the word of the day. It is orgulous. Orgulous. O-R-G-U-L-O-U-S. Orgulous. It is a adjective, haughty, arrogantly superior and disdainful, stuck up and snooty.
Alrighty then.
Is very orgulous. Sometimes I feel like I'm orgulous using these words because I don't typically use these words.
You don't use these words.
I know, but if I tried to squeeze them into a sentence somewhere, I would feel very snooty.
But you wouldn't.
But I would try. But I can never remember them. I need to have a list. When I'm talking to people, I'm like, really? That seems very orgulous to me. Very orgulous, don't you think?
Oh, gosh.
That's today's word of the day.
Want a good laugh to start every day? We do, and you can too. Be sure to follow WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com on Facebook. Every morning we send out our Weird Gift of the Day. You don't even have to buy anything. You can just follow our page and laugh at the bizarre real gift items we find and share every morning. And maybe you can share them with your friends who have a good sense of humor too. We have a link to make it easy to find us at WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Time now for Weird News, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Today's weird gift, by the way, is some artwork. It's rabbits and a radio. Yesterday's was also a giant chicken and a smoking boy artwork. Heidi has a collection of weird art.
I do. I love.
You'll have to look.
I will have to go on and
WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A Kentucky state trooper and a retired state police colonel and a county coroner have been arrested of several crimes, including transporting moonshine and eyeballs. What? This all happened.
Well, then.
Yeah, that's a bit weird. Charged with multiple counts of receiving stolen property, stems from a theft of $40,000 worth of ammunition and weapons. They began this investigation last December, placed them on unpaid leave. He's accused of providing stolen items to these other gentlemen, and he's been indicted of unlawful taking and second-degree forgery. He's also accused of transporting a pair of donor eyes and moonshine, as well as possessing 90 oxycodone tablets. So, don't know if they have a lawyer or not. I think this might actually be a story from earlier in the year. They sent me several year in review things, but then I sadly threw everything in one lump, so I can't remember what was the year in review. So, I think we did talk about this, but that is definitely some weird news.
That's bizarre.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, your moment of duh, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. A Mississippi woman who led authorities on a car chase into Alabama was arrested when she stopped to get some gas. She's 29 years young. Shakayla Newsom was arrested, and she was at a truck stop, and she had pulled over because she was running low on gas. And what happened is they stopped chasing her at the state line, That was the end of their jurisdiction, so she thought she was scot-free.
Right.
So she pulled into a gas station, but what she didn't realize is, no, she wasn't free.
Yeah, new
the
cops
other,
came.
yeah. So they just pulled right into the gas station, and they extradited her back to Mississippi. So that would be a really easy way to catch somebody.
Yeah,
just
that's
wait
not
till they
all you
run
have to do. Just cross the state line, and you're like, ha ha.
There was actually a video. I think it was a joke. I don't know. It was a video online of surveillance footage. And somebody was like stealing something from a store, and then they got outside, like the guys caught them.
Oh, yeah.
And they said, "Hey, I got outside.
outside.
You can't take it, yeah, because I got outside."
Oh, no, Oxenfree.
I was like, "Is that a joke? I hope that's a joke. Is there really somebody that thinks that, hey, I made it through the front door, I won this game?"
mine.
No, it's not a game. You're an idiot, and you lose. Thanks for listening to today's Moment of Duh.
Every day, approximately 23 U.S. military veterans take their own lives. Big Paws Canine Foundation is helping to decrease that number, providing service and companion dogs to our disabled veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Partnering a hero with a specifically trained dog significantly reduces the incidence of suicide, and your support makes all the difference. Find out how you can help our American heroes. Join the pack at BigPawsCanine.com.
Time now for fake news or Florida. Heidi, take a listen. Listen closely and tell me, is this a true story that happened in the great state of Florida, or is it fake news made up just to trick you, to fool you? All right, here we go. An early New Year's celebration over the weekend ended in disaster at a Florida trailer park as they dropped a giant flaming ball at midnight, but it rolled under a trailer. Fake news or Florida? What do you think? Tick-tock, Heidi.
I'm going to say Florida.
It is fake news. I made that one up. See, I said listen closely, because if you would have listened closely, you'd have known it probably didn't happen.
Okay.
I mean, because who would celebrate New Year's Eve early? Why would you do that? An early celebration.
You know, we have people here like, hey, come for a New Year's Eve party. It's done at 10.
Well, but I'm talking about, it's not New Year's till tonight, so I said a New Year's celebration over the weekend. Either way.
But if they did it over the weekend, because it's the weekend, I could see that.
Who's staying up till midnight on a Monday?
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for listening. We've got some good news to get to. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This portion of The John and Heidi Show is brought to you by The John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying The John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is such a great story. Good news comes your way courtesy of WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Here's the headline. When a flight attendant had to work on Christmas, her dad booked seats on all 6 flights so he could spend time with her. How cool is that? There's a picture of this young lady. She's adorable. And then there's a picture of the dad. He kind of reminds me a little bit of your dad. See him there? He looks like he's a little older than your dad.
I can't really see it.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
It's got a glare on it. So.
Well, if I turn it like that, does that help?
I don't know.
Should we just do this for the rest of the show? How about that? Can you see that? Like I'm giving you an eye exam. Which one looks better, on the right or the left? What do you see now? Right or the left?
That's very sweet.
It is.
You know what that cost him? Holy cow.
It says, while there's no place like home for the holidays, flight attendant Pierce Vaughn was unfortunately scheduled to work through Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. However, her devoted father, Hal, was not about to miss out on spending the holidays with his daughter, so he booked seats on the flight. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. All 6 flights that she had to be on. How cool is that?
That's so sweet.
Hal's Yuletide gesture was first brought to the limelight after he was seated next to a fellow passenger named Mike Levy on a flight from Fort Myers to Detroit. Levy heard about his flights, and he snapped a photo with the dad and posted it to social media, praising this family for their heartwarming adoration for each other. And then it just went viral from there. He said, I had the pleasure of sitting next to Hal on my flight back home. His daughter, Pierce, was our flight attendant who had to work over Christmas. Hal decided he would spend the holidays with her, so he's flying on every flight that she has today and tomorrow around the country to spend time with his daughter for Christmas. What a fantastic father. Wish you both a very Merry Christmas. What a great post. What a great thing. And there's a picture of a little selfie he took with him and the guy, and then he got a photo of the daughter. And like I said, this thing has gone viral. It's like... A lot of people have seen it because it's such a cool story.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
What an awesome dad. I've got a link to it in the show notes if you want to read the story, if you want to see the photos and all of that. It's in the show notes for today at JohnandHeidiShow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great New Year's Eve. Be careful. Be safe. If you're drinking, have a designated driver. We want to talk to you again tomorrow. We'll see you next year. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.